Howdy, this is King Dadinator and welcome to the island of Númenor. I'm glad to have you along today. One of the things that I've been thinking a lot about on this server is just, I don't know, how much fun it is to play with a group of people. But you'll see right now, I'm all by myself. So that has its pluses and minuses. Plus being I can record without interruption, but minus obviously is I start to feel really lonely. But it's not really often the case on the server, so I take advantage of it when I can. So since I've been on the server about a year, I've had a project in the back of my mind for quite a while that I need to work on, and that is a project that most people need to work on at some point, and I actually try to do it early in game, and I did it early in game, but I've grown out of it, and that is creating a storage system that really helps me keep organized. And with these big projects, I can get a massive shulker chest monster really quickly. And then I have basically double chests full of shulkers, full of everything under the sun. So one of the things that I decided to do very recently was install a new storage system and a new sorting system. And one of the little kind of fun things that I did was this right here, I just kind of throw some items at this little spot in the middle of my floor that you saw me create last time, and it gets sucked in and it disappears. So you heard the little timer going off there, a little dropper happening. So let's go downstairs and show you what I've been working on. So this is a lot bigger than my old sorting system, my old storage room. I did not by any means try to do every item under the sun. Basically along this wall here, I've got 1, 2, 3 rows of items that are sorted, filtered back behind, and each of these items have at least 2.5 double chests behind them, and I kind of had fun figuring out how to stack those 3 filters back there so they would each feed into it. This is a problem I've run into before, where you always seem to have like 3 or 4 chests high that are all filtered by just one filter, and so I actually got 3 filters behind this each column. So, and with these I put just a hopper with a shulker at the bottom, so when it fills up you can actually fill up shulkers, and I did that just for the bottom row. And these are if you haven't figured it out, this is my favorite block in the game, so you can see I don't have a lot in there because I use it all the time, but the items that I use a lot of I have in the bottom, basically the bottom rows all the way across here. The other thing that I really like to try to do is color code my shulkers. That makes it a lot easier when you might dig into my ender chest, which when I'm on a big project, a lot of times I'll stick my shulkers in there, and then I'll just have them all here, and then I can unload them as needed. And having them color coded is a great way to do that. And I don't have all of these color coded, obviously, but as they get filled up, I usually run over here and grab a die, and then color code it. So this is my sorting / storage system. Stuff on the ends is just manually sorted. manually sorted stuff here, but all the stuff on the sides, all of this and all of this is automatically sorted manually down here. I do have a built-in shulker unloader down here as well. Don't have a shulker on me, but I stick that in there and it'll unload the shulker, or you can put empty items in there, and then all the overflow shulkers go in here. So you can see all of this is shulkers full of stuff that I've sorted. It's supposed to put non-stackable items in over here, and that part's not working. I need to figure out why. Those items that were in there, I just stuck in there, which I need to take out and probably move over here. Those are kind of my special. These are my special items. And then this is my overflow over here. Anything that doesn't get filtered out, or kind of the one thing that I haven't quite figured out how to do well is when I've got a bunch of stuff going through and the filter gets overloaded. It doesn't get filtered. Although I did just see on a video the other day, I've got the typical 111 filter item, and then the 41 of the item you want to filter in its place. But I believe I saw, I'm not sure I have enough. Do I have enough? Okay, I do. That if I put 41 in the filter block things, I saw that it would actually make the filter item itself only need 1. So from what I read, if I do 41 into each one, this should go down to 1 and stay. Obviously I just put in more than 41, but I'm assuming that will work. No, it did not work. Okay, maybe those do literally have to be down to 41. Let's see if it stops at 41. It did not. Okay, I'm gonna have to explore that some more. If you have any idea and I haven't figured it out, maybe leave a comment on this video and tell me what I'm doing wrong there. So that's the new storage system. Not super complicated, but it is what I think I've heard called basically the heartbeat of any project, and I firmly believe it is your storage system. You know, without a good way to keep everything organized and a good way to grab the stuff that you need, you end up not being very productive at all. Okay, with that said, I am ready to get started on a new project, and I will take you along for the ride. But in the meantime, it's time for, you guessed it, Fireside Chat with King Detonator. One of the things that I envisioned with this Fireside Chat series is I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the things that are important to me, the things that I have learned in my life, and not that I am any kind of expert in anything really. I love a lot of different things, and I try to learn as much as I can about different things, but I've been around a while now, several decades now, raised some kids to be successful adults and amazing people, and I don't know, maybe there's something along the line that I've learned that might be helpful to some of you as well. So that's kind of what I wanted this to be about. Sure, we have fun playing Minecraft and you know just enjoying this amazing game but I like to try to think about things, that are really important to me. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of, I don't know, I guess ego and value and, who am I and, what's my purpose and, nothing, too dramatic or, too important. Just, why do I exist? That kind of stuff. And so I'm planning on giving you the answer right now. And so we can settle it once for all. Obviously that's not the case, but, maybe, I can give you a little bit of insight into, what I have learned, over the course of my life so far. So one of the things that I will tell you is to be honest, have spent a lot of my life being exhausting for a lot of people, and most especially for my wife. Trying, just like most of us try to, find our purpose and, figure out, are we valuable? Are we worthwhile? Are we someone, that, deserves to exist on this planet? And I think a lot of us, myself for sure, tried to find that value and gauge my value in how other people thought of me. And so I spent a lot of time trying to get people to like me and trying to get people to, speak highly of me and praise me and, all that kind of stuff. And the one who bore the brunt of that was my wife. And I'll be honest with you here, through a lot of counseling, both on a personal level and, marriage counseling with my wife, I have come to discover something kind of incredible, to me at least, is I am valuable. I'm worthy. I'm worth something, but it has nothing to do with what other people think of me. And that was huge for me. That idea that I have intrinsic value just as I am, and it's not based on what anybody else thinks of me. That has made a huge difference in my life. The weird thing is, I can honestly say that I like myself now more than I have ever liked myself, and that might sound like a strange thing to say. I'll give you a little story. I was on a Zoom call. I'm on a lot of Zoom calls with work, and I actually love that. I love how that has come out of the pandemic that we all went through. Is now we do a lot of Zoom calls. And I was on one probably about a year ago, and you see yourself in the screen, you see everybody else in the screen, and I was on I don't know, I think it was just on with one other person, and I looked over at myself, and I've always been self-conscious of my looks, and I have like big gums and freckles, and when I was a kid I had buck teeth and alfalfa hair and all that kind of stuff. But I looked at myself on the screen, and I actually started tearing up, and the guy that was on with me is like, are you all right? And it was kind of this weird moment where I looked at myself and I said, I didn't say this to him, but I looked at myself and I said, you know what? I love that guy. Just as I am. I didn't have this big long list of things that I had to change for even myself to love me. I was just as I am, worthy of love. So it's funny because I actually almost tear up now saying that, looking at my little Minecraft face on the screen. But that has changed my life. I no longer look to other people to make me feel loved. And I also am much more able to look at other people and love them just as they are. They don't have to do anything for me to love them. I'm much more able to just love them where they are and actually hurt for them if they're in pain, or, empathize much more than I was able to. So it may sound crazy, but I am now a firm believer in the first step to loving others well is to figure out how to love yourself well. And to love yourself just for being a human being that's worth love, and not love yourself for all the things that you do. So, hope that doesn't come across too corny. Hope that doesn't come across as something, strange to say. I love me. I really love me. But it's been really important to me, and maybe it's something that, might get you thinking as well. So, I want to tell you, I may not know you, but if I do, I love you just the way you are. And I guess even if I don't know you, I do as well. This has been a Fireside Chat with King Dadinator. And now, back to the building. Welcome back. So from that time lapse that you just watched, you saw me build this tower. And I gotta get pretty far away from it. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, there's my face. I gotta get pretty far away from it for you to see it. It's a really big tower. But in the grand scale of things, when you look at it compared to the rest of this structure, I think it actually fits. This whole area down around it, it's going to be filled with buildings as well. So I wanted it to be, a dominant size compared to the rest of the buildings, but I think it's going to really add nicely once I fill out all these structures down below. So you may remember, if you watched the last video, as I did a big fly around, that there was a nether portal just floating up in the air, and you can see it there now. This tower, I had planned this tower before. Obviously I put that nether portal there, so I knew exactly where it was going to go. But I needed the portal before I had a chance to build the tower. So you can see I used my favorite block in here quite a bit, along with the sandstone walls. This copper here, I need to get some honeycomb, because I want to stop it from aging. I actually like the orange color. The problem is I covered this with glass, so before it starts to turn, I need to get in. Looks like I'm going to be able to do most of it from the inside, and cover that in honeycomb. This is the second time I've built this tower. I've started to do something a little different than I've done in the past, where I will actually build in creative, or build something and try it out, and then once I get it the way I want it, rebuild it in here. In this particular case, I actually built it on the roof. We have a nether roof area with portals to all our different bases. Everybody on the server's got portals to different bases. as well as a market area and farms of all kinds. A gold farm where I get gold farm attached to a barter farm where I get all my quartz is up there as well. So the question is, how close did I get to the original? Let's take a look. Nailed it. Seriously, this just about had me busting a gut. Ever since I started on the server, I often will type in howdy when someone, comes online or something, and Zeri from the Netherlands started calling me cowboy, and since I'm from the United States and I say howdy, I must be a cowboy. So when I built this tower, she saw that tower and she realized, hey, I've got to do something. So I was over at our gold farm, which is over here, doing some AFK session, to get all my beautiful quartz. And I come back from the gold farm, after like 2 days or 3 days of being AFK, and I'm coming in and I'm seeing, what the heck is going on with the top of my tower. And I swung around here and saw this and just got the biggest grin on my face and laughed the hardest that I've laughed in quite a while. So Zeri, thank you for that laugh. This is definitely something that's going to stick around for quite a while, and I don't really see any reason for it to leave. So I have my non-howdy tower out on the overworld, and this one will stay here. So thank you all for joining me in this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please, if you haven't yet, like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one. So here I am signing off. I want to say howdy really bad, but oh, what the heck. Howdy and have a great day. Bye-bye.